I'm testing today this fuel pump electronic module. We call it PEM. I believe there's a single module for all Volvo models from 2001, 2012 or so. For all kind of models, XC90, S40, V70, XC70, all of them I think share the same numbers. And despite what Volvo may tell you, they don't need programming. The problem with this is on some cars, like this one is a 2003 S60, has a steel fuel tank. It's located right here on top of the steel tank. I'm on the right side of the car, it's right there. That's the model sitting there. I'll show right away how to remove it from there. On other cars, Volvo later on did locate it. Just grab the light. So later on in the video I'll be removing the one underneath the car. So stay with me. So Volvo did relocate it right there on the right side. Right side, right on the wall here is attached with some glue stuff. It's pretty solid attached actually. You need to really pull on it, but careful not to bend the casing because the plastic, it's a bit fragile. So give it a very nice consistent pull. It's gonna detach. I think on the S40 also was located somewhere outside the car. I don't know the location. Later on, Volvo did relocate it right on the left side. That's the rear bench. You just remove the bench, and it's right under the carpet on the left corner here. That's the S40, V40 and stuff like that. But for now, let's just go ahead and try to undo the one on the car. The way this goes bad, usually they just get some water on them, and then this heat shield just lets water pass near the seams here and gets inside, and it's corroding. So if you see corrosion on it, it may be an issue. By the way, normally these cars have I think two main issues with the fuel delivery, not the fuel pump. Don't listen to the garage. Like small garages, mechanic want to replace your fuel pump. Don't listen to that. The original Volvo fuel pump lasts forever. Problem is either with fuel pressure sensor, a small sensor on the fuel rail, either with this thing. I never heard of a Volvo original fuel pump filing, but if you got the car second hand and the guy already replaced the fuel pump with the aftermarket one, yes, the aftermarket one can fail, but not the original one. So we just try to look underneath the car. The place is pretty tight. I don't have a good view angle either for me for the camera, but let me see if I can. Probably you can notice. Let's see how to film this thing. Okay, so right away you may notice this is a tiny little screw here. It's a 6 millimeter, I think. I'll try to catch it with a 7 millimeter. I have a small 1/4 socket. I try to grab it with that one. Try to undo the bolt. I forgot to mention that I did disconnect the car battery. It's better to do it so you don't get I don't know if you get an SRS message for this, but it's just safer. And then we have a this is where the small screw was, so better just loosen up and then undo it by fingers because it's long to undo. And then there's a plate sitting right behind this. So you have this upper plate, and then you have a second plate sitting there, and it's securing the module from sliding out. So just try to grab it from the side. It will sit a little bit tighter than mine, but it's still you still have to remove it. It has like two clamps like this, so that's pushing pushing against the module, and it sits like this. So this side goes to the module, and this side just goes. So the bottom, you need to put it down there, and just to pass it behind the vertical plate. It sits in between this guy and the module. So it's a bit tricky to figure how to push it back in place. And then you just slide out the module. Notice I didn't try to disconnect it yet because it's really tough to undo this guy. There's also a bracket for the connector here, so let's just try to free that bracket first. Free the connector from the bracket. More or less successful. Yeah, let's just forget it. And then the module slides out, but it has kind of rails, and because of dirt and time, it's gonna be like, it's gonna show like it doesn't want to move out. But just push it back and force a little bit on it, and it's gonna move and it's gonna slide towards you. Mine, it's easier because I've done this before. So it has kind of rails in there. And it has to slide, not fully, just a little bit, until it gets freed from the rails. Let me just put down the camera for a sec. Okay, so I had to remove the cable from its it has like a small clamp here for the cable, so just undo that cable from there, otherwise it's not coming out. And then just pull the module towards you and lift it here near the connector, lift it a little bit. Kind of awkward to film this. And here it comes. So you don't have to slide it fully out, but it's getting stuck on this small tab here, so just try to lift it a little bit, and then it's gonna be freed from the rear rails. Just pull the guy out. And now it's hanging by the connector, and you can undo the connector from this point on. Just maybe use a small screwdriver to depress it and move it from there. And the you notice that's the rail come in there. You notice how it has a small incline, so the rails just grab it here on both sides. And that's all.